Hi, I'm Victor Henning, and I'm the co-founder of Mendeley. And this is a presentation that we've given at the Euroscience Open Forum 2008 in Barcelona. So as you can see here on the first slide, Mendeley wants to help researchers manage, share, and discover academic knowledge. And this presentation is supposed to show you how we want to achieve this. First, a few words about us, perhaps. We're currently 12 people. Researchers, graduates, and a few open source developers from a number of different institutions, and we're currently based in London. Working with us and supporting us are a few of the co-founders of Last.fm and Skype. So the question that we discussed at the Euroscience Forum was, how should a social network for researchers look? And I'd like to look at this from this perspective. Can we perhaps learn something from the world's largest social music network, and can its principles be applied to research? And for those of you not familiar with Last.fm, this is basically how it works. First, you install the software on your computer. It's called the Audio Scrobbler, and then all you have to do is listen to music. And Last.fm will then build a profile of your musical tastes, all automatically. And in doing so, Last.fm has managed to build the world's biggest open music database, simply by about 20 million people listening to music and Last.fm tracking this. So, based on your musical profile, Last.fm then lets you discover stats about your own music library, and listening stats, top tracks, similar artists for all of your favorite bands. You can find discussions, recommendations, and similar tracks for the entire database of about 80 million songs. And you can find trends and charts for each musical genre that's out there. And when you look at these concepts, music library, artists, songs, and genre, I think that there are quite a few similarities to what is going on in research. So, instead of music libraries, researchers have research libraries on their computer. And instead of artists writing songs, we have researchers writing papers. And instead of musical genres, we have academic disciplines. Now, how does Mendeley handle these concepts? Mendeley combines two different parts, which are Mendeley Desktop and Mendeley Web. And I'm going to talk about these two in a bit more detail now. First, Mendeley Desktop. It's a free software which will be available for all platforms, that is Windows, Mac, and Linux. So what does Mendeley Desktop actually do? It helps you manage your papers and helps you build your digital library. And you can import all your papers easily. And what Mendeley Desktop does then is to automatically extract the metadata from your papers without you having to type it in. That means you just drag and drop them in there, and Mendeley Desktop tries to guess the correct author, title, journal, volume issue, and all that stuff for each of your papers. It also extracts the full text so you can search it easily, and it also parses the cited references from each paper so you can easily manage and edit those as well. Then it allows you to search your papers quickly and tag and group them as well. What we're going to introduce in future versions is OCR, which means that you'll be able to easily convert your old scanned PDFs to searchable text. And I think the coolest feature for labs and research groups is that you'll be able to, with a click of a button, share and synchronize your research libraries. And some more good stuff. And how does this tie into Mendeley Web? Well, you can back up your library online, and you can access it from everywhere through a browser. And you can also edit your metadata online, so that means wherever you go, you'll always have access to your library. Next, there's a social network in there. So you can create your research profile, and in the future, we'll automatically, based on the stuff that you have in your library, we'll try to introduce you to people who have similar research interests as you do. And the final and most interesting step is basically analogous to what Last.fm does with music. So as you've seen, Last.fm aggregates the listening habits of its users to a big open music database. And we want to do the same for research papers. So we'll have an open database of research papers, and based on that, we can give you recommendations for papers that you haven't read yet, that are not yet in your library, and you'll be able to see research trends for each academic discipline. You can see which authors and papers are up and coming, and which topics are currently being discussed the most in your discipline and specialization. So if you've become interested in seeing the things that I've described to you in a little more detail, you can watch a video that's on our homepage, www.mendeley.com. That's also where we're going to be launching very soon. Thank you very much for watching.